How's it going, everyone? Daniel Rodriguez here. It's time to review another movie. Today I'm going to be reviewing Ratchet and Clank, which has an estimated budget of $20 million and is directed by Kevin Monroe. Of course, the recent Ratchet and Clank game just released, I believe, last month, and the game is based on the movie, and the movie is based on the game. It's a PlayStation original as well. I'm going to be totally honest, I didn't grow up playing Ratchet and Clank. I just never really got to it. I played Jak and Daxter. I've played just a bunch of other games similar to Ratchet and Clank. I never played it. I know I'm a little bit late, but this movie, I will tell you this movie is directed towards kids and the hardcore fans of Ratchet and Clank, which obviously adults to people who grew up playing Ratchet and Clank. This is for you. And I've seen gameplay of the older Ratchet and Clank games, and I will tell you, it stays close to its source material. The original voice actors return who voiced Ratchet and Clank. We have new actors in this movie as Paul Giamatti, John Goodman, Bella Thorne, Rosario Dawson, Sylvester Stallone. So we got an awesome cast going on here. So we're about to get into the pros and cons. I'll tell you what's good about it, what's bad about the movie, and whether or not you should go check out this movie in theaters, wait for rental, or maybe just never see this movie at all. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my non-spoiler review for Ratchet and Clank. Okay, let's start off with the pros. First off, the voice acting, or the voiceovers. Really, really good. I mean, nothing wrong. All the actors, did their part. Of course, Ratchet and Clank were the best of the voice acting. Paul Giamatti's character, he's the villain of the movie. And I will say, the villain himself is very cliched. A lot of stuff in this movie is a cliched sort of animation kids movie. But the way Paul Giamatti played the character, the way that he did his voice and the he's one of those villains, very stupid, very dumb, yet he thinks he's smart and he's, the answer to it all. And he's one of those that just sit in his chair and he's like, he's one of those type of villains. But I have a child brain. I'm 18 and I still think like a child, and I laugh my ass off at these jokes. I do. These jokes should be 4-year-olds laughing at this, and they don't even know what the jokes mean. And I laugh at this stuff, man, because I just laugh at the most stupidest stuff, like in a movie, someone farts. That's just how I am. Oh, Moby Dick. I just laugh, man. That's how I am. That's who I am. So it's just easier for me to laugh if you guys are just like, that was funny. But no, for me, I'm like, because there are a few funny scenes in here. It does work well. All the voice actors, Bella Thorne, all of them, it sounded clear, crisp. It's almost like you're watching a video game in a sort of way, but just the cutscenes going along, and it's like an hour-and-a-half cutscene, basically. The animation in here, now it's mixed, Norm of the North was the worst animation movie of the year, one of the worst animation movies of the ever, basically. This animation here, it doesn't feel like it's theater status, or it doesn't feel like it's, it's not bad animation. It just looks like almost like a cutscene, basically, or a Ratchet and Clank game. A little bit better than more, obviously, the CGI cutscene sort of thing. But it just doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't bother me. I'm not like, oh god, the animation's horrible. It's really, crisp, HD looking sort of characters. It's all nice. But just a little iffy, again, with the animation, but it's kind of half and half. This movie, that's the problem with this movie. It feels like it shouldn't be in theaters. It feels like it could have been, because it's a PlayStation original too. This could have been if you have a PlayStation Plus membership, watch it for free on PlayStation Plus or something. It just kind of almost like a money thing, because it's $20 million to make this movie. That's a lot of money just to make this, and it didn't even make its money back, and it's been out for 3 weeks, it still hasn't made its money back, so that's kind of a lot to ask for, man. Again, Paul Giamatti was awesome. I like him as the villain, even though the character himself, and what happens to the character and what they do with the character. But as Paul Giamatti in the voice acting, I was like, hell yeah! It's great to see Paul Giamatti doing something, man. I don't see him all the time. Last thing I saw him was San Andreas. Like I said, the voice acting is perfect. Nothing wrong with all the characters. Ratchet and Clank are the most funniest things. It's a cute movie. Ratchet definitely does a lot of cute little things. Clank definitely adds the wise, like, smart-ass humor, basically. So that's what happens. And Captain Quark, I believe Captain Quark is the name. He is probably the most character that made me laugh the most. He was annoying at times. He did get because they oversaturated it with Captain Quark a lot throughout the movie, and it was predictable where it was going. That's one of the cons. It was getting predictable where the story was going because it's cliched. It feels like they're stealing stuff from other movies. It literally does feel like that. Like, there's like a planet that destroys other planets. The Force Awakens? Also, the story itself, we've seen the story a billion times, almost like A New Hope in a sort of way. You have a person who wants to be a hero, he wants to change the world, and he sees that he has an opportunity to do something, and he's like, I should do this, and then like he wants to become a hero, and then predictable, it becomes a hero, and he has problems, and it's predictable, and you don't get along with your friends like during the middle of the movie, and then you come back, oh, I apologize, blah blah. It's a predictable film. It's that same old, just in animation now. You know what I'm saying? So that's the problem with this film. It's just cliched, just all of that, man. So a few pros, few cons. One last pro, I did like a lot of the characters, like the characters that were on Captain Quark's team. They were funny, they were like interesting. I thought they were going to be mean to Ratchet and everything, but they really were just cool and almost relatable and badass, and you're like, I wish these people were real and saving the universe and everything. So the way that they showed the characters in different sort of things, like there's one character, won't say who it is or whatever, but he's like, awesome! Like, he's a #1 fan of like one of the characters, and that was funny to me, and that was really cool. And he's the cute little creature, whatever he is. I liked it, man. It's a really fun like environment. There are fun things to this movie, but it doesn't like make this movie amazing, or it doesn't make it oh my god, it's so fantastic, stuff like that. Because John Goodman, his character, he's wasted, and the pacing is slow at times because there are a few scenes where it does slow down. There is a few slowed down moments. Even with John Goodman's character, like, they could use John Goodman way more, and they misused him. You didn't have to have John Goodman in the movie. I wish they could have used him better in a sort of way. Hell, he could have even been the villain, but again, Paul Giamatti did an awesome job as well. So those are the few problems there. Overall, I'm going to end up giving Ratchet and Clank a 6.8 out of a 10. I thought it was an okay film, man. Is it worth watching in general? Yeah, it is, man, for sure. But in theaters, I would say no. I would just say rental. Wait for rental. Wait till it streams or on TV one day. Unless you're a huge fan of Ratchet and Clank and you haven't seen the movie yet, yeah, then go see the movie, because it's down to the source material just like that. But as another video game movie, it's not a horrible film. It's not a bad film. It has its fun, cute little moments. The voice acting is amazing. Some of the action's alright, but none of the there's not an action scene that made me like, oh my god, wow, like I've never seen that before. It's just its own little thing, and I actually would rather play the video game than really see the movie, because there was another villain in the movie that just was really, again, predictable and stupid, and also for me, I remember, I'm not really known to Ratchet and Clank, like the history of the certain characters that were in this movie. I don't know much about them, so that's kind of maybe the problem. Like, if you know a lot of the characters that are in this movie, yeah, you'll probably it will make sense. But for me, I'm not known to the source material that well, so it doesn't really make sense to me in a sort of way. Where, like I said, this is basically for the fans, for the kiddos too. In order, like, the kiddos see it, they want to buy the game. That's how it works, marketing and everything. So overall, it's an okay film. I'd say rental. You don't have to see it in theaters unless you're a huge fan of the Ratchet and Clank series. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to comment down below to me what you thought about the review or what you think about the movie. Don't forget to like, comment, and share the video, and I'll see you for more movie reviews, TV show reviews, trailer reactions, a lot more on the channel. Check it out. Hit that subscribe button for more. Until next time, bye-bye.